I don't need to introduce them one by one, right?
No,
I
no.
don't need to introduce them.
Okay. Yes, this one is kind of uh easygoing webinar. Bec-
Okay,
right.
I love that.
PA gua keren amat.
Okay, let me start. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, everyone, welcome to OMELETTE online meeting on language teaching and training. And today we're going to have uh, an insightful webinar, hopefully. Yes, reading Wonderland, joyful, extensive reading with Wuri and Waves. Okay, and we have the writer over here with Michael, and then we're going to have Ibu Susi to tell her stories teaching using this book, and Mbak Queen to also share her experiences. Okay, without further ado, I'd like to open this by what is it? Like doing uh, probably because we are in Ramadan, we open it by reciting Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay. Now, without further ado, let's uh, welcome Michael to tell about the stories about how you write the book. Okay, everyone, please welcome Michael. Time's yours, right?
Yeah, well, thank you for inviting me. It was a wonderful surprise when I got the message about the meeting and about writing. Maybe I can. One of the things I think we want to do in the World Congress this year is to talk about how all of us can write stories. We will have stories that we can make for our students and graded reading and graded stories that are accessible. And I think it's one of the things that we really want um, to sort of like to talk about, to focus on a lot. And Worry and the Waves was really written in that kind of spirit. As I said before, I wrote it like with lots of gaps, with lots of potential also for the story to continue. I mean, I have an idea about Worry Part 2, what would happen. But it's more interesting for me to see students and people who use the book thinking about where Wuri goes next or what Wuri does next, or filling in the gaps of the story. One of the challenges was getting in a small space a lot of things happening so that Woody could experience a new environment completely different and adapt to it. And with only 5,000 words, and that's why the balcony scene was very keen, a very key scene, where she's speaking to this new person next to her in the balcony, in the room next to her, and then a year passes. I use the balcony as a kind of time machine in a way. If you look at the transition from part one to part two, but she, I had when I write stories, one of the key things I do, and I think it's a good way to make a story is I think of the ending, I think of the beginning, and I think of the ending. Where I thought I want Wuri to be sad and saying
Jadi
goodbye
itu yang
to,
undang yang itu.
and I wanted Wuri at the end to be happy and saying hello to the sea, the same stretch of water, the same place. And so that helped me. So it always does to think, how can I get from that place at the beginning to the place at the end? And I think the brain starts to get activated when you do that kind of thing. Just like if you are going to from Bali to Jakarta, you have to think of the route and how you get there, what means of transport you take, and all of that. The same thing with a story. And so that's how it really kind of started. I thought, I want Wuri back on that beach. 1, 2, 3 years older, happier, and speaking to the sea again and saying hello. So it was kind of goodbye, hello, instead of maybe sometimes stories are hello, goodbye. and that was enough to get me started on working a little bit on. Then I contacted a very close colleague of mine from Indonesia who normally teaches in Jakarta, but she's now in Ohio, and said, "Can you help? Like I'm going to be writing this. Can you check to make sure that I'm not saying something stupid about Indonesia, that I'm not insulting or not." When she's in the airport, for example, I wanted to know what it would be like, and because she lived in Jakarta, I wanted her to sort of like describe to me the view that she has. Now, lives on the 33rd floor of, so it was authentic in that sense. I used her eyes, let's say, when she looks out at the orange sky and everything, and what she saw, I wanted to put into the story. But it was great to work with Fenty as well. Fenty was, I mean, really, we've got to thank Fenty for Wuri happening, because she was very important, a key person in the whole process, and now I'm proud to have a copy of myself of the book, and and I would love for Woody to carry on, and not necessarily by me, but could be somebody else that carries on the Woody story, and I will continue learning your beautiful language, which is fascinating, and I hope to be in Indonesia soon, and to spend a little bit more time with people like you. Thank you.
You're welcome, Michael. Probably, as the host, I would like to invite any questions for Michael, probably from the participants here. Okay, is there anyone? Any questions? Okay, I think we're going on to the next sessions, but before that, I would like to invite you uh, to turn on the video because we're going to have like photo sessions. Okay, please, everyone. Can you please? Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, how is it, Miss Isti?
Okay, I will count. There are five slides here, so I will count.
Mm-hmm.
Then while waiting for the other audiences to turn on the camera, I will start from the first slide. 1, 2, 3. Smile. All right. You have to keep smiling, yeah, because we don't know which slides are you. Now, 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. The third slide.
Okay,
1,
with some
2,
post probably.
3. Smile. Very good. The fourth slide. 1, 2, 3. Smile. The last slide. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Thank you, everyone.
Uh, our pleasure, Miss Isti. Thank you for leading the photo sessions. Well, we already have had introductions to how Michael uh, shared about he captured and developed the ideas to finally create this wonderful book and try to put on more effort in the near future. Yeah, hopefully, and we're waiting for your next great creations of book, Michael. Well, we're going to the next presenter. Yeah, Miss Susilawati, are you now ready?
Yes, I am, Paul.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Now go on. Now it's your time.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Pak Ao. Okay,
Yeah, you're
Assalamualaikum
welcome.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and warm greetings to everyone. First, I'd like to wish happy Ramadan to those who are observing. May this month bring you peace and blessings. Okay, can we share the slide? Okay. Can everyone see the slides?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Ibu.
Yeah, it's very
Okay.
clear.
Yes,
All
it's
right.
clear.
Thank you. So
Ya, zoom ya.
we're excited to welcome you to our presentations, Joyful Extensive Reading with Wuri and the Waves. My name is Susilawati, and my co-facilitator here, Queen Sahana Taskihan. And today, next slide, please. Okay, we'll explore how extensive reading can be an enjoyable and effective way to develop language skills. So we're going to discuss in these sessions, we are going to discuss the meaning and key principles of extensive reading. I think this has been discussed by Prof. Ani 2 weeks ago when we have our first YERA webinar. And what we are going to do different here is we are going to engage in interactive, hands-on extensive reading activities using Wuri and the Waves book. Okay, next slide. Okay, so before we go to the hands-on activities, let's reflect on our reading. Okay, so we know that reading can open doors to new adventures, ideas, and perspectives. But what does it mean for you? Okay, and then here I'd like you to think about reading for me is it fun and enjoyable activity or something I find boring? So you can write in the comment section. So okay, so most okay. It's good. It's good that almost yeah. I think all the participants say that reading is fun and enjoyable activity. That's wonderful. Okay. Maybe someone can share why is it fun and enjoyable activity? Someone probably from the audience.
Hey, anyone
Maybe.
who wants to share? Why is reading fun and enjoyable for you?
Okay, so here reading can improve my English skills, it said. Oh, we have reading don't like reading. Okay. And there is another response like it depends. So there will be an answer C, yeah? Option C. Okay, that's good. Uh, and reading is my coping mechanism. It takes us to new world, we've never been to. Okay. Okay. All right. By reading novel, I can let my imaginations go wild. Okay, thank you for sharing, everyone. So let's go to the next slide. Thank you. So we're going to reflect another thing here. So how do you bring reading to life? So supposedly that you are a teacher here, probably this applicable for teachers or lecturers. So when I include reading in my lessons, okay, what do you usually do? I usually, number one, design engaging activities to make reading enjoyable and meaningful, or give students freedom to choose what they read and share their insights, or maybe you have other things to do. Okay. All right. So you give freedom. Okay. Number one, let's, okay. Let's see if there's like someone choose one number three. Others maybe they choose they do something else. Okay. So most of you chose number two, yeah? Give students the freedom to choose what they read and share their insights. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone. All right, so now let's talk about next slide, please. Okay. Again, which one do you prefer? Reading for pressure or reading for pleasure? Okay, for sure. Okay. Okay. So far, none of you chose reading for pressure. That's good then. So you're in the right Zoom meeting, in the webinar. Okay, pleasure. Uh, is it, what is it? Floor? Is it pressure or pleasure? Or maybe both? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so I'd like to review again. So this is extensive reading. So when you talk about reading for pleasure, so this is one of the characteristic of extensive reading. And then when you talk about you allow students or to give you give freedoms to the students to choose what they want to read. This is also extensive reading. This is an independent reading activity to acquire information or for pleasure. Okay. And then we have extensive reading program that aims to make students read in the second language and hopefully they like it. Okay. Um, so when we talk about extensive reading, we try to focus on three characteristics of extensive reading. So we try to focus on the reading quantity. Yeah. So it that lines with extensive means we have to have like number of readings. Yeah, quantity. Emphasize on quantity, and the goal is to get information and of course for pleasure. Okay. And again, the other thing when we need to remember it for extensive reading is freedom. Okay, freedom for students to read without being tested. So a lot of time, probably teachers or lecturers, when we ask the students to read and then we test them, we give them like reading comprehensions. So that makes them not enjoy the reading. Okay. Thank you. And let's try to review this again. I'd like to highlight the principles of reading, extensive reading. Um, so for those of you who are not in the first webinars, so this is maybe something that you would like to know. So when we talk about extensive reading, we want to focus on the 10 principles. The first one is reading material is easy. So that's because reading is for pleasure, not for pressure. And then there will be a right variety of materials on a variety of topics, so they can choose any topics that they like. Teachers probably will not. Maybe we just encourage them to, maybe if they ask for opinion, it's okay, but not to instruct them to read a certain topic. And number three, learners choose what they want to read. Of course, this is extensive reading. They want to, read what they want to know, right? And then number four, learners read as much as possible. So this align with the characters of extensive reading, while we emphasize on the quantity of reading. And for number five, the purpose is usually for pleasure, and then to get information and to gain general understanding. And then we have another principles. Okay, number 6, reading is in own reward. So we don't need to have assessment. We don't need to give them like reward for that. So reading itself is its own reward. Like I think there is someone in talking about, you can explore, you can have your imagination, you can explore, a place that you have never been there before. So this is kind of reward. And then reading itself, the reading speed, it is fast. Okay. And then reading is individual and silent. So probably some students would like to read it slowly. Some students, maybe they're proficient readers, they can read fast. Okay. So this is individual, not together. And then we do it in silent. And then, of course, number 9, teachers guide their students. Probably, sometimes students don't know how to read, okay, don't know how to start reading. So maybe we can ask them or we can guide them. Yeah, probably by having questions. Yeah, modeling them how to read. Okay, becoming active readers. So this is something that we can do to our students. And then, of course, okay, when we want our students to read, this is very important. The teacher itself, okay, we need to be a role model. Okay, so today we're going to um, discover some activities that we can do with the books, okay, with Wuri and the Waves book. Okay, next. So how to prepare the extensive reading activity. So of course, we will try to provide some books. Yeah, we can provide books according to genre. Yeah, we can have fiction and non-fictions, or we can have graded readers or non-graded readers. Uh, Today we are going to explore on how to use graded readers. Yeah, with Wuri and the Waves book. And of course, when we choose the book, we can use the 5-finger rules strategy. So we're going to explore that as well. Okay, so these are the examples, some examples of graded readers. Okay, for graded readers, of course, because this is focused on specific learners for aiming for improving language proficiency. So a lot of time the books use simple words, okay, easy words for language learners. But non-graded readers can be focused for native speakers. Okay, so how do you choose the books that write for you? Of course, this is what we call 5-finger rules. Okay, if you scan, of course, you need to scan the chapters or the page that you would like to read. So if you find, 1 or 2 words that you don't know, yeah, that is unfamiliar, I think the book is too easy for you. So if you find, 1 or 2 difficult words. So this is perfect choice for you. Okay. If you find 3 up to 4 difficult words, so probably this is quite challenging, but you can give it a try. And if you find more than 5 or 5 words, okay, difficult words, so probably this is too hard for you. So probably you don't want to do it. You don't want to read it, okay, because maybe it's going to demotivate you to read, okay. So now I'd like to invite all of you to have a joyful reading together with Wuri and the Waves, and Queen will facilitate this session.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Susie, and good afternoon, everyone. Maybe it's better for me to introduce myself first, although the host already introduced me. My name is Queen, and I am the alumni of Sampurna University, and I'm actually a teacher right now that I use the book, what is it, like Worry and the Wave for myself, and I haven't used it for my students, but I will use it definitely. And here's some of the activity that I try to create and try to have with my students and myself using the book. So let's see. But before that, I think it's better if we can read the book, maybe chapter 1 or 2. That should be enough. If you have the physical book, that's good. But if you don't, you can scan the QR code here, and it will direct you to the ebook of Wuri and the Wave. So please scan the QR code. And if you have any difficulty, please let me know so I can assist you. Okay, maybe 1 minute to scan the book. And after this, I will also show you the ebook. Oh yeah, already also sent the link with on the chat. So thank you so much. You can click on the link, and while doing that, let's go to the flip book. And I think we can read the chapter 1 and 2 by ourselves using silent reading, because the principle of ER, or extensive reading activity, is reading in silence. Maybe 5 minutes, Miss Susie, should be enough?
Iya, tak pikir kecil loh.
Okay, 5 minutes. Let's read chapter 1 and 2 for 5 minutes, and we will discuss and do some kind of activity together. It'll be fun, promise. Oh no, I'm not talking. I'm sorry. I'm just talking to myself. All right, we still have 1 minute left. If you haven't finished, then you can continue reading. All right, it's been 5 minutes. Has anyone finished reading the book? You can write 1 if you are finished and 2 if you're not finished. Let me see who already finished. Yeah, great. Someone's finished. Only 1? All right, I think that's okay. If you still want to read the book, that's really okay. While you are reading, I'm going to share some of the activities that I and Miss Susie, actually, we both also collaborate to create this activity. So let's go back to the slide. Give me a minute. All right. Is my slide already shown?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Oh, someone said, I read it at school with my students. This is the 3rd time I have read it. Amazing. Then, do you finish it? Do you finish reading it until the last chapter?
Yes.
Amazing. Then, we can have lots of discussions. Okay, so the activity that we're going to do is there are 2 activities. Number 1 is Wuri's emotion journey, and number 2 is letter for Wuri. Now, without being said, let's go to the first one, Wuri's emotion journey. So maybe as the name suggests, it's a activity to identify and to learn more about the emotions of the character. This is a great activity to teach students with social emotional learning. So how are we going to do it? After reading the first and the second chapter, if you have read until the last chapter, then that's good. But the first and the second chapter also works. And after reading it, we're going to write down Wuri's feeling before going to Jakarta. I think the emphasis is in before going to Jakarta. And in the 3rd or 4th chapter, if you have reached that chapter, it's when Wuri already stay in Jakarta. So we're going to see what kind of emotion appear and why she feels that way. Maybe some of you think that she feels sad, anxious, overwhelmed, or mostly sad, or etc. And we're going to look at that. So please keep in mind that 2 events before going to Jakarta and while staying in Jakarta. Where are we going to write it? We're going to go to the, oh yeah, okay. My apologize. Before that, in case you need some reference for the activity, we have the emotion wheel over here. This is also great with to use it with your students so that they can see what emotions we can label for our character. For example, there's happy, confident, or fear, or sad, etc. It's a simplified version, but there's also more complex version that you can use. Either way, it's a very useful. So if you need the reference, you can use this. And now, let's do the activity. You can go ahead and scan this Padlet link, Padlet QR code over here. Can we get the PPT? Yes. I think the what is it? The committee will send you after the class, right? And I will also share this. But for now, so that we can all do this activity together, we're going to scan this Padlet QR code. And then we're going to do the activity together. I think I'm going also to share the Padlet link in case you need the link directly. Give me a moment. There you go. You can go ahead and click the link so it will be like much easier, and it will directly direct you to this page. Oh wait, not this one. Can you see the Padlet link, the Padlet page?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, amazing. Great. So what are we going to do? There are two questions. Number one is, before leaving Jakarta, how does Wuri feel? And why does she feel that way? You can try to write the response by clicking the plus button over here, and then just write it. Sad, happy, mad. Maybe she feels mad. Actually, I feel that Wuri feels mad, right? Sometimes. And then you can try to write the reason. So we're going to do a little inferencing technique here. We're going to just guess the reason. Why does she feel like she's sad? Or why does she feel like she's mad? Actually, I feel like she's mad. And then after that, we're going to read some of the responses here. Maybe 5 minutes for you to write the responses, and we will have a discussion. So again, 5 minutes. Please write the response. I'm also going to write my response again.
We have another questions, Miss Queen.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
So before leaving Jakarta, and
Oh yeah.
there's a questions. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have read until chapter 4 or 5, I think that's when Wuri already stay in Jakarta. Then you can continue writing your response for the second questions.
Yeah.
While staying in Jakarta, how does she feel? And why does her feeling change?
Yeah.
Or is it change at all? Maybe it changed, maybe it's not. You can write down your response again by clicking the plus button over here, and we will see some of the fresh ideas. Miss Susie, if you also would like to write the response, please go ahead.
Of course.
Okay, we have several responses going in and still continue writing. That's amazing. I think maybe while we are waiting for the participants to write, I would like to ask Miss Susie actually, because I think you have read this book, right? Like, what is the most noticeable emotion that Wuri feel, especially in the first chapter? What do you think, Miss?
Yeah. So when the first chapter, when Wuri found out that she would move to the other place, I think am I audible?
Yes, you
Okay.
are.
Okay. She feels to me, she feels worried because she has to, move to another place, to a new place. And then of course the place is not that the same as the what she has. Yeah, so that's something that's anxious probably, yeah, and then worry as well. Okay, sad. So that's what that I can tell about the first chapter from the book. So here we have, yeah, I think we have the same response here. She feels
Yeah.
anxious. sad and scared, of course.
And here,
Kay feels because she's leaving, right?
there's uncomfortable. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's me. Uncomfortable with the change. Maybe she's scared not because maybe she's scared because it's uncomfortable for her.
Yes.
That's a very, very good one. Okay, while you're writing for participants, please don't forget to write your name so that we know. But if you want to leave it blank, that's okay too. And if you have finished writing, we're going to see some of these responses here. And if you see, there's a little love reaction button. And please read some of the responses and click on the love reactions for which response that you think like interesting for you. For example, I see this one with the picture. Oh, there's only pictures without the words,
Oh,
but I
that's
think the
nice.
pictures really represent. Yeah, I think it's really represent how
Yeah.
Wuri feels, right? So I'm going to give love over here because I think that's very interesting. There's two love. And then for the post or for the what is it? Writing that got more likes, I'm going to invite the writer to share. So please don't forget to write your name. So we see. I think this is AI generated, is it? But it looks so real, amazing. And there's this response that she felt sad because she will leave her friends and she think that having online touch is different with the real interaction. But finally, she's able to manage her emotions. Yes. Oh, that's really amazing.
It's interesting. I'm looking at some of the comments. There's a comment from Ratna who
Yeah.
talks, yeah, being she's worried about what she's going to leave and what she's going to face, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so
Especially in the part of she's going to leave.
yeah, and basically the character that helps Woody is her name is Ratna. Is the friend that she meets in Jakarta.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's quite a nice irony that I think.
Oh, we have the same name with the character.
But like I think my idea with the stone is that the stone, when she picks up the stone, she becomes the ocean for the stone. Basically, she carries the stone with her where she goes.
Yeah, true.
Like the overwhelming emotion for me when I was writing it
Mhm.
was sadness, and then it builds up into anxiety as she gets closer to the airport. But I think really it's like this is co-creation. It's not like there's a right or wrong answer because
Mhm.
everybody gives their interpretation, which is wonderful. It's what supposed to happen when you read a story. You
Right.
are a co-creator. You are creating your place within that story. So that this is great. This kind of activity, leading with emotion and
Yeah.
getting reader to kind of how it feels for them, because obviously inevitably they're putting in
Uh-huh.
their experiences and adding color to the story in this way, giving the story more flesh. And so, but that's what I intended was, yeah, sadness leading to anxiety, and a little bit of anger, yeah. Because the whole point of this is that teenagers are going to read this, and like
Mhm.
teenagers feel as though they have no control over their lives. Our
Mm.
students, this is
Mhm.
one of the overwhelming emotions. And she's angry with her father. Yeah. Like, where am I going? I've got no control.
Yes.
Right.
I can totally relate to that. As I said, I think compared to sad, I'm more interested in how she feels mad, especially
Uh-huh.
towards her family, because I think like her father doesn't listen to her. Like, I don't want to go, but then the father say, we have to go. So if I were worried, I think I would definitely feel mad as well. I don't know if
Yeah.
somebody is right mad here.
Here you're filling in the gaps perfectly. You're
Mm-hmm.
filling in the gaps with and that's beautiful. And that is exactly, I think, how I would feel if I were worried. Yeah, I would feel And like she needs the way she deals with these things that are bigger than her is to surrender to them, like with the
Mhm.
ocean. And she needs to find a way to accept
Right.
that everything will be okay. And that's Wuri, I think. That's why she loves the water. And
Uh-huh.
she can
Yes,
surrender
that's
to
really
it.
amazing.
She will allow it to take her where the waves want to take her. She will, and she needs to find something similar in Jakarta. That's really,
Mm.
but yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, anger, yeah, absolutely. Anger is there.
It's kind of challenging to find, a similar environment like what she has.
Yeah.
And all of us have had this feeling as children, I'm sure, that where our parents have made decisions and
Mhm.
why are you doing this to me? I have my life here. Why are you moving me? Why are we moving house or town or,
Mhm.
you know,
And actually, that kind of put some kind of resentment towards her. I don't know if that's
Mhm.
extreme, but I'm afraid it will put some kind of resentment towards her family
Mm.
or the situation, if not the family, maybe the situation, because she's just a little girl.
Okay, probably we can
Yeah.
check.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have lots of response coming in. That's
Mhm.
really amazing. That's awesome. And
And some people, I think,
yeah,
also wrote something underneath, like in Jakarta. Is that?
uh,
Oh, no, not
we
that.
only have one
Okay,
response.
yeah.
Maybe we can focus on the first question first.
Yes,
I would
okay.
love to invite some of the writer here. How are we going to invite Miss Susie? There's like one as I think there's one
Yeah,
response over here which only
maybe
put a picture.
someone, yeah, with the
Yeah,
picture,
I would like to
maybe.
invite the writer who put the picture here and like why do you choose to just only put the picture and what does this picture represent for the questions? Anyone writing the picture?
Yeah.
Okay, Miss. Yes, that's okay.
Okay, Mrs. T.
So,
Picture represents thousand words. So by
Uh-huh.
just looking at the pictures, that you can
uh,
see the worries emotional, and then the physical as well. So it represents all. So I think that no more words can describe and can explain all the conflicts and the feelings that she has at that time.
oh
Mm.
yeah, that's amazing. Because actually the picture also represent not only Wuri, but I think every little girl who feels wrong, who feels deep sadness inside her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then you're really good at, finding perfect picture.
I think this is Wuri version, Western version.
Yeah, the problem is I cannot find the Indonesian version.
Okay, yeah, that works too. I think
Share
if
with
it's
me
in
what
the
it
real
is.
life classroom situation, I think we can ask the students to like draw the emotion in the sticky notes. I think that'll work too. With online situation, we
Mhm.
can just attach the picture. That'll be amazing activity.
I think this activity is amazing, and it's interesting because Wuri now is moving to Argentina. The story, teachers in Argentina are going to use the story, so they're going to
I see.
need activities and things similar to this. They will obviously it's Indonesia. They will learn a bit about Indonesia, the students, but also they will have their own idea, their picture, like Buenos Aires being the capital, moving from Mar del Plata on the coast to Buenos Aires. They'll be able to sort of put themselves into the story. Yeah, so we kind of like we will be traveling, I hope, like and kids in different parts of the world will be learning a little bit about your country
Mhm.
as
Yeah,
a
true,
country.
true.
Okay, maybe one more, Miss Queen.
Okay,
Maybe you
maybe
can
one
move
more.
to the left.
Okay, give me a moment. Is there any interesting, or maybe the participant itself would like to volunteer to share to expand more and explain more about their writing? If anyone would like to,
I'd like to hear from Ibu Ratna.
this is Ibu Ratna.
There. Okay.
Where's the writing?
In the
think
blue. She's that
Oh, yeah,
one.
that
She's
one.
worried about
She's
Ibu Ratna.
is going to leave. Is Ibu Ratna
Are you
here?
still here?
too bad I have to leave the meeting now as I have another meeting here. So maybe Ibu Ratna has
Is it?
gone.
Oh, okay.
Is it
Yeah,
Ibu
yeah.
Ratna? Oh no, that's too unfortunate. But she does write an interesting response. She's worried about what she's going to live and what she's going to face. I think compared to what she's going to leave, it's more that she's afraid of what she's going to face because of the uncertainty. I would like to interpret it that way if I were worried. Okay. She
This
would,
one is also interesting from
yeah,
Miss Mar.
Miss Mar. I would like also to invite Miss Mar here to expand more about her writing, Wuri's feeling. Is Miss Mar here? No?
I think she's leaving for a moment for praying.
Oh,
Oh, she's
okay.
also
Yeah.
leaving. Okay, that's too
Okay.
unfortunate. Everyone's, that's okay. What about this one over here? Wuri probably feeling blue and kind of worried because she's going to say goodbye with anything she loves in Bali. That kind of feeling in something. The author is Strawberry. I think it's anonym, but is the writer here? The Strawberry?
Yeah, I think it must be a Genzi.
Okay.
They like to be anonymous, I mean.
Yeah, sometimes in classroom, the students also doesn't like to write
Mhm.
their name because they don't like it, but that's okay. The most important one is the response here. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the first activity. That's like how we're going to identify her emotion, especially in the first and the second chapter, because that's like what uh uh what kind of emotion appeared the most.
Maybe,
So let's see the
yeah.
second
Miss
question.
Queen, maybe we can have
Yeah.
we can share the questions. What, like the third questions?
Oh, the third question.
Something that that we can also do, like so probably we can also ask the students about, like, do you have a similar experience to Wuri, so we can relate the text to self, right? Because we did that, right, with the teachers, this kind of activity. So we try to associate or try to ask the participants, if they have similar experience to Wuri, so they can say something about that. So and then how would they feel about if they had that experience, something like that.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I would love to actually. So I think
Mhm.
it's it continued to our second activity. Let me go back to the
Mhm.
slide real
Yeah.
quick. The second activity is actually writing a letter. So we identify Wuri's feeling. We know that she feels sad, anxious, scared, uncomfortable, etc., right? And sometimes we also feel that way, or maybe
Mhm.
our friends also feel that way. In that situations, what can we do? What can we do to Wuri as in the book character? Or what can we do to our friends who maybe face the similar story or similar experience? And one way to evoke responses is to write the letter. So the guiding questions would be, do we have similar experience like Wuri? Or do you have similar experience like Wuri? And if you could say anything to Wuri, what would you say to comfort her? So using these guiding questions, let's go back to the Padlet. And in the third section, there'll be sections here and we can write the letter. So it's like you're writing a letter to your friends or to your college to give some kind of support. But this letter is for Wuri.
Yeah, I think the example is very helpful for us to write the letter for Wuri, right? Okay,
Yeah.
let me try. Let me try.
Yeah, please
I
go
would
ahead.
like to
I'm
Thank
try
also
you,
first.
actually
Paul.
already write my letter here. Dear Wuri,
Yeah,
I really know your feelings. I used to be afraid too when leaving my hometown, but now I get used to it. It's a journey, and you will grow as a strong girl. I think if I really could meet Wuri, I would say this to her and like hug her because I really want to hug her. But what about you? Do you have similar experience? And what would you say to Wuri if you could meet her? Let's try maybe 3 minutes would be enough, right, Miss?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yes.
yeah,
three
yeah.
minutes. And I'm also going to write my second letter. Hmm.
Kurang, sesok.
There's one response. I do tell her that everything will be fine because you just need a little time to adjust with the new things in a new place. No worries. It's a very simple yet thoughtful words of encouragement or letter to Wuri. Oh, there is an initial. Dear Wuri, everything will be okay. You'll have friends, nice neighbor, great school, and delicious foods as well. I understand your feeling. It must be hard to leave the place that you are already in love with, but trust me, you love Jakarta just like you love Jimbaran. Sending you a warm hug. That's really sweet letter.
Yeah, this is a great activity.
I have a question for Pak Michael actually, because you are the writer of this Wuri. If you could say something to Wuri, what would you say to her?
Well, I would invite her to listen to the voice inside herself that says everything will be okay, and to find the place where she can feel to trust in the environment around her, trust in the people around her, friends, friends. I think that's what she was losing when she left the ocean, was that feeling of being able to trust everything around her and to surrender to it. So I would say to her that you have to find that center again. That's really what I wanted to do. I wanted her to. She found the swimming. I don't want to, or maybe if people haven't read the story yet, I don't want to do any spoilers at the moment. But but it's that's really what I would. I mean, Wuri is a part of, really is a part of all of us. It's a part of me. It's a part, um, and it's that kind of fear of the unknown and feeling out of control. So I would invite her to look for those things that center her, that give her a feeling of continuity, that things are going to be okay, to trust in herself.
Yeah, trust yourself.
Yeah, trust in, I mean, that's what, when she looks out on the balcony, it's an important moment for her, of Jakarta.
That's really amazing. I think I also would like to tell that to her. Just like face it and everything will be okay. Because sometimes like I think she worries too much for something that hasn't happened yet. But that's all what we fear of something because it's not happened yet. But we are sure. But you just have to like keep it out.
I think it's a question that we need to address. It's about like trusting in something bigger than us.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
wave in the ocean is bigger, and we have to trust that we are being guided and helped by something greater than us. And that's what I would say to Woody, I suppose. And she's looking for that, as we all are, that we are not alone. That there is this immensity that we can, trust in and be guided by, which of course I'm talking about the spiritual dimension, of course, here.
That's really amazing. Okay, we see lots of response coming in. Some of them doesn't have name, some of them have name. That's really amazing. I would actually love to invite the author here, Strawberry, to read the letter. Do we have the author, Strawberry, would like to read the letter over here?
Yeah, what
It
about
is actually
we invite the reader to make it sound poetic. It
Because I
would
mean, the
be
letter is so
wonderful to
it is
hear.
thoughtful.
actually my writing.
Hello?
Okay, is that the Mr. Strawberry that
Is
we
that
haven't
Mr. or
spoken?
Miss?
Yes, it's me.
Okay, so would you like
Uh,
to read the letter to Wuri?
Okay.
Okay.
Do I have to like read the letter? Yeah.
Yeah, just read it as if
yeah.
you are reading the letter to Wuri.
Okay.
Yeah, use
Yes,
your
I
heart.
have experienced the same dilemma that Wuri has. For Wuri, it is okay. You will meet a lot more wonderful people and a lot more wonderful places and amazing people. Your journey would be great, Wuri. Try to explore something new. That the world is as beautiful as you believe.
Oh, that's really amazing. That's a very beautiful letter. I would love to ask actually, because this is very well written letter. Have you had like the same experience like Wuri? What kind of experience that you have?
Yeah, I actually have a lot of it, but I kind of felt uncomfortable to talk in it. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. That's really okay. That's okay. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Next.
Tell me when you're ready, Mr. Strawberry.
Yeah, sometimes like when we are not ready, we can just write the letter just like this, right? Especially when in
Yeah.
the classroom setting, even though you're not a student, you're not a
Wait,
teacher,
wait.
you're
Yeah.
not comfortable
Different
sharing it
platform.
on like verbally, just write a letter. That's why writing a letter is actually one of the most popular activity that I do with my students and also with my friends actually, especially after reading a book. Okay, next. Miss Susie, would you like to choose someone or
It's a
some of
wonderful
these
idea.
responses?
So, like, when my father died, I wrote him a letter. It
Oh,
made me
Mm.
more connected to him.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think it's a beautiful activity. Sorry, I didn't want to
it's okay. It's
interrupt.
okay. Yeah. I also have to agree
Wow.
because I love letters so much. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe we could have let me see. Something from M. Uh I don't know.
This
Is
one?
it Miss M or Mr. M?
Come on, we invite Mr. or Miss M over here, please. Yeah, so your voice. Come on.
Hi, is my voice clear?
Yes, it's
Ah,
clear.
Okay, so my letter is Dear Wuri, everything will be okay. We'll have friends, nice neighbors, great school, and delicious food as well. I understand your feelings. It must be hard to leave the place that you are already in love with. But trust me, you will love Jakarta just like you love Jimbaran. Sending you a warm hug. That's my letter.
That's a very beautiful letter. I think Wuri would be happy and she would hug
Yeah.
you, right?
mm.
I would definitely hug the writer of this letter if someone sent me this kind of letter.
I think there is a note on the chat
Mhm.
box, Miss Queen. So
Uh,
from
Notes. Let me open
from
it.
Ibu Martini.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
That's
amazing.
really sad.
I would like to invite Ibu Martini to share. Would you like to share more about the similar experience? Where did you go? What new place did you go to?
And how did you cope, yeah, with the situations, probably?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I cannot on cam
Okay.
because
That's
the
okay.
internet
Uh-huh.
connection. And I'm happy to see Babak Michael here because he is one of my favorite writers. I
Yes,
have
you're so fortunate.
I have read some of
Mm.
his books, so amazing, emotional, and I like all of his books.
Ibu Martini.
Uh, But the problem is about the drum. I little bit have a problem in understanding the story. So sorry. That's so emotional, but still have a problem in understanding the story of the drum. Maybe next time I can chat privately. My experience, when someone lives to the new place, I feel that I cannot motivate them, because I myself feel very blue when my close friend left me. So sometimes they motivate me. Don't worry, I will remember you. I think that we must, we live in the separate place, but we can motivate each other. I don't know what happened with me, but sometimes, not sometimes, often, when in a bad situation, I myself feel emotional, feel blue. Yeah. So that's my experience.
That's really amazing. So you motivate yourself to cope with those kind of feeling blue
Yeah.
emotion.
My
That's
friend
really.
motivate me. My
Oh,
friend who
your friend
wanna leave.
motivate you.
My friend who wanna leave. You know, when my close friend lost her husband,
Okay.
I wanna cry, but my friend said,
Mm.
"It's okay. I can live with. I can. What is it? Face this situation. Don't worry. Don't worry about me." So when I cry, my friends, what is it? Make me calm. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So she lost his husband. She lost her husband. I felt sad, but she felt. I think she felt fine. She what is it? She helped me to calm down. Don't worry, I can survive. I can continue my life. So maybe that's what is it? I think that I'm a person that get emotional easily.
That's really amazing. And I think that's
Wow,
also
wow, wow.
amazing because your friend like were there for you
Mm-hmm.
to like motivate and like just be your side. Sometimes we really need
Mm,
that person. Just like Ratna. Ratna is the friend of Wuri and then they're like,
yeah.
you know,
Ratna is my friend also.
the same name.
But in a family is different. I can be strong. So because I must be strong for my husband and for my kids. So
Yeah.
it's different situation. With the friends I can be emotional, but
Mhm.
in a family I can be the strong ones. I cannot express my sadness with my family. It's a different situation. But sometimes I feel what is it, comfortable when I share the feeling with the friends, best friends especially.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Um,
Okay.
thank you. I think do we still have time, Miss Lucy? Or
We can ask Paul. What about
Yeah, I think
how is it?
we only have until 5 p.m.
Oh,
unfortunately.
okay.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay.
So
Yeah,
maybe we
wow.
can, yeah, we can just end this presentation, Miss
Yes.
Queen.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I will definitely keep these notes and maybe I will send to Pak Michael for you to read this response because all these responses are so amazing. I myself would cry if I were Wuri and read this beautiful letter. So definitely, I will send this and let's
Yes,
just
thank
back to the slide. Oh yeah, that's the end of the activity. Thank you so much for
Wow.
listening. I will give back to Pak Hasanul. Thank you.
Yes. Wow. Thank you so much. It's very inspiring. Actually, I have like an idea to make my online classes become more interactive using these activities. Thank you so much. And probably it goes to the same for all the participants watching this presentations. Well, probably I invite one or two questions, okay, from the participants. Please, if you have any.
I think I saw Miss
Uh,
Claudia raise hand.
Indeed.
okay.
I don't have a question. I'm from
Okay.
Portugal.
Okay.
So greetings from Portugal to all of you. I love
Hi.
Indonesia and I've
Mm.
been there. I've been teaching. I also taught in East Timor for 2 years,
Uh,
and that's why I know Indonesia. I would just like to thank you for this presentation because it's so engaging. I'm a teacher training, and I think this way of working with this topic is amazing. People can, our students can actually express their feelings freely, and afterwards they can get motivation and they can get help from each other. So this is a very good story because and the activity, the way it's explored, it's amazing because this is happening quite a lot in our teenagers' lives. In Portugal, we have new students in every classes every week. So they're coming from all around the world. This is very updated. And the way the activity was explored, these activities were explored were amazing. Thank you very much for the idea.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Miss. I would love to hear.
Very moving,
Yeah.
actually, watching them be participating. Very beautiful.
Okay, maybe one more questions or comments, feedback, anything, please, or appreciation for the presenter, please.
Aku ya jadi senggol.
Okay.
Ibu Martini, raise hand, Pak Aul.
Okay. Miss Martini, please.
Okay. For the last, I just
Mhm.
want to express my gratitude to Pak Michael because his books inspires all my students. And then the books about Wuri, it's a very easy to understand for the student because the story is about Indonesia cultures. So about the places, the names, everything is so familiar for the students. So thank you so much because we have some books, Wuris, and also the other books in our library. It's very helped the students a lot. Once again, thank you very much, Pak Michael, and also thank you for this webinar for ERA. Thank you.
Okay.
Just one thing, can I just say that we have just in Italy, we have made a new extensive reading association. And if you want to join us, we're on Facebook. You can find us. It's ERA, so ERA is written, ERA, Extensive Reading Association in Italy. You can find it and join us, please. I know that some of you are already inside, and it would be great to have you with us as we
Yeah, we
start
would love to.
coming, we start growing.
I know, you guys say.
Somebody's very excited.
Yeah. Looking for tajil, I guess. Well, unfortunately that we are at the end of this wonderful meeting. Yeah, we have been gathering a lot of inspiring and engaging activities, I guess. And also, I also get a lot of ideas, especially not only about how to make kind of online interactions, just like because my students, of course, are mostly Gen Z. They do it social media like a lot, and I think this kind of interactions is very relevant uh, with their life. And somehow I'm quite surprised that you can manage interactions become very emotionally engaged, yeah, for the students, and we can feel it uh, through the way that uh, especially when the latter sessions. I love that because somehow it resonates with our personal stories that probably have been like long time ago, but somehow uh, it is in our core memory and just letting everyone know about it. So I think it's really great presentations of you. Probably we can give like some reactions by doing online applause. Yeah, for the presenters today. Well, thank you so much, everyone, and probably Miss Isti, do you have something to say before we close it?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, this one first. Moment.
Mhm.
It will take a moment. Moment.
Yeah, we'll be waiting.
Yeah, sorry. All right. I think that it's already been shot.
Mhm.
Not yet?
Not yet. Okay, now. Yeah, now it's good. Now it's good.
Okay. What was written, Pak? token of appreciation.
Token of appreciation. Yeah,
So
exactly.
before we end today's session, allow me to present a certificate of appreciation to our distinguished speakers. This certificate is a token of our heartfelt gratitude for your valuable insights and inspiring presentation during today's webinar. Your contribution has truly enriched our knowledge and left a lasting impact on our participants. This one is for Ibu Susi, and then Kak Queen, and the last, the one and only Michael Lacy Freeman. Give a applause to everyone. I will send it to you through WhatsApp and Telegram for Michael. So on behalf of the organizing committee, thank you once again for your time and dedication. Sorry for my hoarse voice. Okay.
Get well soon, Miss Esti. We need you for the next agenda. Yeah, I think everyone here agrees.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Ibu Fenty.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Get well soon.
Yes,
Very
get
grateful.
well soon, Miss
Thank you,
Esti.
Bu Susi. Thank you, Mbak Queen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
See you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Michael.
Claudia.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Right, thank
Thank
so
you,
much.
Michael.
For everyone, you can claim the certificate in the chat box. Don't forget to write down the exact email so it can send directly to your email. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank
Probably
you,
that's,
everyone.
yeah,
Happy.
closing of the sessions.
Okay.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.